All right, we got to talk this no jumper drama. So y'all saw Lil Kelpie we're probably some of his biggest. Well, Tori's probably one of his biggest fans. Said he'd give him 10,000 to come on the podcast. Lil Kelpie turned it down. Lil Kelpie's one of the biggest pimps in the game. He outpimps Sharp. He outpimps all them other pimps that they talk about. Outpimps Suspect.
Granddaddy Pimp.
But apparently, Suspect doesn't like being called a bitch.
Right.
Yeah, why would
Took
he?
off on him.
Spit
Took
on
off
him.
on him. Suspect low-key did give him a warning, though, bro. He literally asked him, what do you, like, who? What did you say? Bro, as soon as I heard him say bitch, I was like, uh-oh, your ears start to perk up.
Yeah.
And then Suspect got up, and then he said it again. Benjamin Franklin knows my name, bitch.
That was a fire. Oh, no. He said, Benjamin Franklin knows my name, bitch. Suspect's like, who? Who you calling bitch? Or who?
Right.
And then he was like, I'm calling you a bitch.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then Suspect spit the driest loogie of all time. He was just smoking some weed at dry mouth.
Yeah. He did a shoe.
Adam got traumatized, looking a little frightened.
Yeah, pissed his
fucking
pants
wide-eyed. I don't think he just could believe that he was still calling him a bitch after Suspect started pressing the issue.
Punched him that one good time. The other was a pillow punches.
Nah, bro, he was tagging
a couple
him.
of
He hit him like 15 times, bro.
And he was standing above him, so it's like you're not only getting pillow punches.
How Kelpie dumbass not know that he about to get taken off on?
Because he's from Orange County and
he
he's not street cred like that. He not like that, bro.
He closed his eyes after he spat on him,
and then he was still talking shit. He's talking about you still a bitch.
Look at
sitting
you.
on the fucking covered in blood. He said it was
man.
because he has braces and Almighty Suspect has rings. That was interesting. I'm so glad they put it out though. And then they put out the full on version on Twitter. That was something. I did not think we were gonna actually see what it looked like. So it was great to see Adam tweet it and you look it over. But now, what do y'all think about this? Uncle Joe, right? He was going off on his pod about how he wants Lil Kelpie to sue the pants off everybody that was in that room.
Yeah.
And essentially felt like no one in there knows how that shit goes. And was kind of getting at Adam about along the same lines of like, you're just profiting off this shit, like making it content, but you don't care. You're not prepared for anything. You've never seen a fight before type vibes. What do y'all think, man?
Man, Joe Budden, get your old ass out of here, man. You don't even be keeping up with all this shit like that. I feel like Joe just hates Adam and Vlad because they are white and profiting off of this shit. I think I actually respected Joe for actually going and looking at the other video where Sharp and Suspect kind of goes off on him. Because usually when they watch these clips, they just watch the clip and that's it. But he actually did some research and saw that Kelpie was getting yelled at in the other video. But still, it's like, why would you want Adam to get sued like that? Like that's just like, bruh. Just because they got into a fight, just because they make different style of content, why? And he's white. Why would you want him to get sued? That just doesn't make any sense to me.
I'll tell you what it is. You know, and I love Joe. Joe, if you're watching this, love you, buddy. Love you, Unc. We're gonna get dinner or we're gonna get coffee, whatever you want to do, man. We could do it, but look, I'm gonna have to keep it 110% real with you. When you look at Adam, you see your own failure. Let's really keep it a bean.
Ooh.
Joe Budden wanted to disprove Adam and show the world that Adam is what he's doing with the culture, what he's doing to black men. The culture did not give a fuck, did not agree with him. No Jumper's doing great. But here's what really digs at Joe Budden. Because Joe Budden's been all supportive, all clapping it up for Adam in the background all this time, right? But you know what Joe tried to do? It's exactly what Adam did. The No Jumper Network. How many fucking shows does Adam have on his platform?
Fucking like
4, 5. They're only expanding. What happened with Joe's network? What happened with the Joe Budden Network? What happened to all them shows?
One interviews with them.
Mandy and Bridget? Yeah. Olivia Dope? What happened to all them?
Gone.
You see your own failures. You're jealous of Adam. You're jealous of him because he's white and more successful in the culture. You're jealous because you're the podfather, yet this guy is doing what you failed to do. And by the way, he's done it all without This guy fucks his girlfriend on camera every single week in the studio, and he ain't gotten no type of sexual assault claims against him. You, on the other hand, were talking to Olivia Dope about her breastises and calling her a bitch on the podcast the one time you sat in. Adam sits in on probably 4 to 5 podcasts a week and does nonstop interviews. Sharp just got 2.3 million views, by the way, when he was yelling at Kelpie, so maybe you should get Kelpie up there to get the views up. Rory and Maul carried you for years, and now you ain't got no one left to carry you. And by the way, Parks carried you on Rage Against the Machine. The fucking EQ on your vocal, that was everything. So don't try to shit on Adam because you can't hit the toilet seat.
All right, Doug. Pushback. Rory and Mal did not carry shit.
Fine.
All right. I don't know the song that you claimed. But that's the only pushback I had.
Yeah, no, honestly, like this whole Joe situation with Kelpie and Adam, you can kind of tell he's hating a little bit.
He's fucking hater.
He's like, oh, this how y'all want to make content? You want to, okay, do it. I'm going to just sit here with my auntie jacket and just, in Joe's opinion. That's not how you give a take, bro.
And he was acting like he didn't know, like no one knows who a Mighty Suspect is. Like he not cracking
like,
in LA.
Who was that?
Stay your ass in New York, bro.
It just shows that you're out of the loop with this situation. Granted, like, okay, these are not the most popular people. They're not doing the most.
If they played that shit at the New York strip clubs, he would know all about Almighty Suspect. He would sus curve.
Yeah, but it's like just his commentary on it wasn't one of trying to actually improve anything. He was really just hating on it and saying, from my opinion, I think it's like, bro, that's not how you.
And Kelpie already got a bag. We know Kelpie got a bag. That's why they took 2 weeks to release this shit, and then they were able to put it out. And then he came back on and did another interview. So do a little research.
It didn't sound like Joe really watched the Soft White Underbelly, really understood why Sharp or Suspect was yelling at him. He just kind of saw Kelpie getting yelled at.
He just saw the video. He said Adam sent it to him just to beat up.
And then he's getting mad at him. It's like, bro, you don't really understand the intricacies of the situation.
Get your content
up. Ice and Ish over there like, who got punched? You don't even know who got punched.
Like, oh, it's the dude. And then they don't even know his name.
They're all, no one in that room had ever seen anything like that before. I know it for a fact.
Bro,
nigga, he came in with ODM Slim. Ask about him, you New York motherfuckers. Come to LA and say, that nigga ain't seen shit. ODM Slim?
Yeah.
How many Crips do you want to meet that day? How many of them do you want to meet that day?
And they pulled a gun on Adam before.
Adam, they're like, he never had a gun pulled on him. Adam's told several fight stories. He has a video fighting somebody, and he's had a gun pulled on him at the studio, but that was a fake gun. It was a fake gun. But what are you talking about? That nigga started giggling when bro put the gun up to his head. He said, what are you doing? And then they knocked his ass out, laid him out, and you know Adam's traveling around with the blick on him. So what are y'all really talking about?
Why does he give Adam, okay, like obviously it's the white thing, but why doesn't he give DJ Academics the same amount of flack?
Because DJ Academics is black.
Bro, that's so annoying though. Like DJ Academics, I understand the PNB Rock situation. He put it out the same exact day. It was a good idea to do that because he was talking about something about like, him being in LA and he has to be ready for that. Adam, he does very similar shit. I don't think he does. His is like malicious intent.
I'll tell you why he's upset. Why he's more upset at Adam than he is at Academics. Academics is in his lane. Huge on streaming. He now has a podcast. He does a one-on-one interview style podcast. You know who else used to do one-on-one interview style podcasts? Always Adam22. That was all he did, right? What did Adam say to Joe when Joe was on the podcast? He said, I for sure saw the group dynamic you guys had, and I've been trying to get that here. So who did he have? Cam Girl, House Phone, and a little bit of Yuri here and there. And that's how he started the podcast versus. Before AD got there, he starts podcasting with friends. Oh, Joe Budden's inspired me. What a great fan or friend type vibe. People love watching this. I'm going to replicate it myself, right? Joe at the time can say, oh, that's awesome. That's great. You're doing that. And then Joe tries to do his little network. It didn't work out. Utter failure. Adam? Oh, Adam has continued to grow. Adam does the one-on-one interviews and has 4 or 5 different shows, and he can sit in on them whenever he wants. He has a whole Avengers team that he's formed.
I feel like Joe doesn't respect the type of content that Adam puts out.
He's jealous.
And it's because, I mean, really right now, No Jumper is turning just to like a drama show. You got like Flacco talking about Gina leaving, and they had that whole little debacle. What was it?
Still doing fire interviews, though.
Yeah, T-Rail and had Milk 74 on there, back on Fig, and like everybody, community. So it's like this whole thing going on at No Jumper, right? And Joe doesn't like the fact that like quote unquote I guess trashy content is making it bigger than Joe's wholesome old man takes.
Hater, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Versus like, yeah, so I mean, because Joe's gonna say something and they're gonna say stuff where it's like, oh, I agree with that. That's cool. And oh, that's great. But he doesn't understand that like the kids don't really care about that. Like they don't really care about your good take. They want to see some crazy shit going on. And Adam's providing the crazy shit. So it might seem trashy to have them all fighting and then drama, but it's getting clicks. And at the end of the day, like that's getting Adam paid. So it's like Joe still sees that, and it's like the bottom line is like
jealous.
He just doesn't respect it, and he's like, man, I can't believe this motherfucker getting money off of punching people on camera like that. You deserve to get sued.
You're jealous,
which okay, honestly, I think Kelpie should sue.
Well, it's too late now.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he should have.
He should have sued.
You're a regular, a bigger bag, right?
You're a regular citizen, bro. Like he was on his live, like, yeah, I didn't snitch on suspect, and you know the streets might have seen some YouTube videos going out there, and I just want to let y'all know I ain't like that. I ain't never snitched on them, bro. You are a regular citizen. It is okay for you to quote unquote snitch. Like it was on camera. Like there's no reason. There's nothing for you to lose by suing Adam, so I just don't get it.
Yeah, if anything, you probably would have got a bigger piece of the pie, but your reputation
it would take a lot longer though.
But his reputation would have been hurt too. You know,
but
like
now,
he doesn't have a good reputation.
I understand that, but now that he didn't sue, it makes his reputation a lot better. Now,
in whose eyes? The streets? In Adam's eyes? Because who cares?
You're gonna have the guy that got beat up.
Yeah, you're gonna have Adam. You're gonna have Adam bring you back on the show. Who cares?
His social media presence.
That's what I'm saying. What social media presence? His entire social media presence is him being fraudulent.
A fake pimp.
A pimp with two bitches. A pimp with two bitches, and one of them ran back home. They strung out on drugs. He strung out on drugs.
I think he got his bitch back.
Oh, he got his bitch back.
He's back to 2.
So it's just like there really he's a SoundCloud rapper. He kept talking about that on the podcast.
His shit
like,
trash.
I'm trying to get my SoundCloud up. So it's like, bro, there really is nothing for you to do when it comes to the street shit. Like there's no pivot. Your pivot needs to be a regular job, like or trying something else in a regular life, bro. You need to do some regular shit. This whole street life thing facade that you have in your head needs to go away. This whole tough guy shit needs to go away. Like,
but the thing is, the first interview he did with them, 2.3 million views.
And his soft white underbelly is like 3 million views.
How are you gonna capitalize off that?
That's some good numbers,
bro.
Wait a minute. He's doing interviews. He's still working. He just got another No Jumper interview.
His YouTube could go up. He can make whatever content he wants.
He's doing a lot more than a lot of other fake pimps are doing.
So, okay. With him right now, even if he had a little press run for another month, 2 months, how long does that last? And then what does he do after? Because nobody's looking at Kelpie.
OnlyFans bitches.
Nobody's looking at Kelpie as a source of information or really entertainment, because you're going to get tired of him at a certain point, because you don't really care about the shit he's talking about. He's not that entertaining. It was entertaining to watch him get fucking grilled and punched in the face. So unless he keeps getting grilled and punched in the face, I don't think he has that much life in the public eye like that.
All this spotlight on him. Imagine that, plus you're managing OnlyFans bitches. Bro, you could just be posting up their links all day long, and that's all you have to do for promo. You're getting that bread, baby. You got millions of eyes on you now.
Because it's like a lot of people just need exposure to start doing the thing that they really want to do. You know, we don't know what Kelpie really wants to do yet, but give him some time.
You've never been a pimp, so you don't really know, do you?
Nah.
Never been an Orange County pimp.
Nope.
Dog.
You've never been a white pimp either.
He hasn't.
I have a feeling.
Kelpie's crazy.
Kelpie's a man. He's the man.
Fucking Kelpie.
Would you fire a suspect for punching your guest?
Nah. He had no choice. Come on. He ain't had no choice. Had to. Defend your honor. His problem was when he started yelling. He just shouldn't have been yelling in the first place. When you let it get to that point, then it's like, yeah, if the person says that, now you're at that level. If he had been calm and then bro called him a bitch, that's different, because then Kelpie would look crazy, and he probably just wouldn't have done it had he been more calm. But suspect don't have that many like level-headed conversations. He kind of turns up.
No, I've only seen like 3 interviews of suspect, but one of them was one of the most entertaining. Even the one with the Sharp and suspect and Kelpie. Suspect was just a hype man in the back.
Yeah, he
was just hyping him up in the back. He wasn't saying nothing that was like nailing him down. But that was probably one of my favorite interviews to watch. That was great. I feel like Kelpie is still going to be part of the game. He's still going to be in the social media level. Like, yeah, you might your spark might burn out for a little bit, but then you do some shit and it's going to come right back up.
You know, I'll say for Kelpie's sake, I hope he does do well and everything goes great for him after No Jumper, but I don't see his longevity lasting after No Jumper, unless Joe Budden brings him on.
Yeah, Joey, you fuck with him so much, you bring his ass on. Help him out.
Or we'll bring you on, Kelpie.
Would you bring Kelpie onto the pod?
Yeah, I was asking you. I already asked y'all about this, bro.
Hell yeah.
Nah, we giving him a bag together, but I don't think he's gonna do it now. Fucking too blown up.
I know, man.
Fuck Kelpie.
You think he had a real chain?
No.
That
dollar sign chain, bro. I'm not even gonna start.
I don't know, because he got his earrings diamond tested and they cleared, but I've never seen his chain get diamond tested.
I don't know why the dollar sign chain, that shit looks really corny. I can't lie.
It's the thinnest one. Like you got it at like a party store. You feel me? Like a costume or something. That's really, you have those before. Like I had that shit in elementary. Like this is my chain. Like,
I felt cool.
Yeah, it's just the fake and the funk part that's crazy, and he's kind of like delusional about it. That's the part. It's like, bro, do you not see how crazy you sound right now?
But on the interview with him and Adam, he seemed a lot better.
But bro, Adam's over there making fun of him, like, and Kelby don't even know, like. He just that go. He just that young and just dumb. Like it's crazy.
Why can't you be young and dumb and make mistakes?
Because you can't do that and also claim that you're a pimp. Like it just doesn't work like that.
You have to start somewhere.
Leave that space. Nah, there's no. I don't, and then you're copying the stuff that Sharp says, bro. Like, come on.
I understand their frustrations on Kelpie for like kind of just going, looking at YouTube and I'm be a pimp. How to be a pimp online, and then instead of like being in the streets and being in the gutters to be a pimp, just grinding it out by yourself versus just looking at somebody. But shit, that's how a lot of people are learning shit nowadays, is the internet.
That is true.
So they're getting angry at somebody who's just trying to hustle different from them, so it's like, come on, dog, give this guy some type of break, even though you sound stupid as fuck when you talk. Like, he sounded really funny in the interview. He was trying to be respectful and shit. He's like, oh, don't read that last part of the interview. And he's like, shut the fuck up, boy. Like,
yeah, but you'll be pissed off too. Any profession, like whether it's pimping, comedy, or making music, podcasting, Turo, anything. Like if you had some little young motherfucker saying, oh yeah, I watched everything and studied under you and all this other stuff, and they were just saying the most wrong shit, you would be like, yo, you gotta go. Like you're faking the funk. I don't want to listen to you. You're crazy.
I think it's different for pimping.
Especially pimping, bro.
Yeah,
that's a grimy one, bro.
That's a field to not play with.
You can't be fake gangbanging. You can't be fake pimping.
And he never wore that coat again after they got mad at him. Yeah. Never seen that motherfucker again. I just mad regular. He's like, fuck, they didn't like my coat, mom.
Yo, if he got beat up in the pimp coat, that would have been funny.
That would have been really funny.
But then after the fact, Kelpie was like, oh, I was on Kratom, so I was kind of slow. My reaction time was slow. I think that's just, bro, like, you're just high all the time.
Yeah.
And what was you going to do anyway? He was like, oh, yeah, if Suspect would have said, let's go outside, I would have shot him a fair one. I probably would have got my ass beat, a little less. Y'all would have did better, but, it would have been a fair fight. Like, bro, nah, there's no fair fight when you sitting there calling the dude a bitch like that. Like, you going to expect him just to be like, all right, I'll fight you after the podcast? Like,
he's just so white, he didn't even know. I think because he was so okay with them calling him a bitch over and over again, he thought that like this was a line he could play on. And so he just thought like, well, we're all calling each other bitch now. That's the crazy part. It was like Suspect hadn't even called him a bitch, and he didn't like.
He called him worse though. He was saying he's a clown, you a weirdo, you did like for a long ass time
on the beat up interview.
Oh, I mean that one got heated pretty fast. No, he didn't.
He might have called him a clown. He might have called him a clown. But even that, like, if he called Suspect a clown back, I don't think Suspect would not have taken off on him.
Nah.
You called me a clown? I got a red nose on? Like, nah, he not that serious. Like, he'd just be like, all right, bet. And like,
I know I got makeup on, but I ain't no clown.
See, but like Kelpie didn't have a plan. Like, okay, he first went on the podcast, got grilled out. So he was like, okay, I got bullied on the first one. I got to get back on there. I got my new manager, yada yada. I want to. Get back.
That's not even his manager.
Yeah, what you say, yeah. But I want to get back on there. I got to turn up a little bit. I got to match that energy. That's what he said. I got to match the energy. You didn't match the energy, buddy. You was talking your shit, Adam. Like, yeah, you're a pimp. You got hoes. You filling his head up to say, oh yeah, Suspect, you a bitch, and it just didn't. It didn't work out. Like, bro got.
I think Adam set him up, bro. Adam set him up.
Adam knew, bro. Like there was a potentiality. I don't think Adam knew Suspect was gonna fight him and shit like that. Obviously not. People kept saying
but
that.
He knew it was gonna be juicy.
But it was a potentiality for some drama, and Adam loves drama. So